Hey, what's going on, guys? Pineball Sway is bringing you guys the best Lawless build in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Like what I said in Mrs. Free's video on Monday, if you guys were paying attention, I said I was bringing back a couple old items to combine with Lawless because I thought they'd be really overpowered. Starting with the fully loaded stack deck and then the tier 3 Bane SMG. Why are we running this? Because we want to get the most out of our grenades. Stack deck, obviously you guys know what that does. I don't really have to explain it. Basically every time you hit an enemy with a bullet, it basically increases your overall damage. And then same thing with the Bane, tier 3. Every time they lose health, it increases your overall damage. And then obviously for our melee, we have the Murder Mittens because that's the only melee we have for Lawless. And then we have the Corrupted Heatwave Incinerator Charge because obviously it's just the best grenade to combine with the Catwoman gear set. And then we would have the Corrupted Steel Jacket Traversal mod, but we do not have it for Lawless. So we're just rocking the Master 4. But it's still pretty good, even non-corrupted. So yeah, and then obviously, like what I said, the Catwoman gear set. It's probably the best gear set we've ever gotten in Suicide Squad. Here's my talent tree with Lawless. Obviously, feel free to run whatever you want to run in terms of talent trees, but let's showcase this build. One thing's for sure with Lawless is I was trying to just go for straight damage because I wanted to make these missions as fast and easy as possible because I am not a fan of Lawless's traversal. It's really difficult for me to navigate with Lawless, and I wonder if a lot of you guys have trouble navigating with Lawless. So basically my entire philosophy when making this build was let's just go for damage so these missions can be quick and easy so I don't have to rely too much on using Lawless and her traversal. I can just sort of speed through these missions, blow up enemies in my path, and go on about my day to the next mission. And I feel like, honestly, I perfected that with what I was able to craft using the stack deck and the death rattle, or tier 3 Bane. Basically, I was just blowing up enemies and getting insane damage numbers and just crazy damage numbers because when you combine it with the stack deck and death rattle, it's going to basically add up. Like I think with the death rattle we're getting a 400% damage boost overall, and then you combine steel jacket, that's 500%, and then the stack deck, that's an additional, depending on how many charges we have of it, that can be an additional 750%. So like as you can see right here, or really just in general, we're just getting insane numbers with the grenades that are going off, like just insane numbers. And right there I get stuck, but we finished that mission in 1 minute and 40 seconds on mastery 360. I don't even know if that's mastery 300. I can't tell because my video encoder is really bad. But yeah, I mean basically we're doing pretty high mastery and we're finishing these missions pretty quickly. Even in the next mission, you're going to see I did the second brute mission. We finished this mission very quickly. Because like what I said, I'm just not a fan of Lawless, and I want to speed through these missions as fast as possible. And I think from a player perspective, you guys want to complete missions as fast as possible as well. So I feel like we're kind of on the same boat. There's nothing wrong with Lawless's traversal. If you're a fan of it, then hey, like congrats to you. It's just for me, it's very wonky, and it just takes a little bit of getting used to, in my opinion. But yeah, as you can see, same thing. Like we're just relying on our stack deck. Now, originally I was thinking about using the bullet propelled grenade because every time you hit a crit with the bullet propelled grenade, SMG, it drops a live grenade as well. But that basically is only every 30 seconds. So yeah, you get a 100% chance to get a grenade drop, but it's only every 30 seconds. So we thought, it'd be best to let's bring it back, a flashback, if you will, and let's use the stack deck because, although not many builds rely around the stack deck anymore, in my opinion, it still can be very useful for certain content and certain characters. Like right now, for Lawless, I'm using it for Lawless, and it is perfect for what I want to do. I want to speed through missions, and I want to basically have the highest damage numbers possible, and we're basically hitting on that pretty easily with Lawless. Anything I would have changed, as I'll talk about later in the video. Now you can, obviously, if you have the Dr. Phosphorus Corrupted Sniper, you can run that, but also too with this build, with these builds, you know, with the Catwoman tier 1, you know, I feel like you want a gun with high crit rate and high rate of fire. So being able to have something like that can help you drop more and more grenades. So like that's why I didn't use a sniper rifle for Lawless, because the rate of fire is going to be very, very low on the sniper, so I won't have many crit opportunities. Sure, I'll have big damage numbers with my guns, but at the end of the day, we're trying to blow up enemies with the grenades through crit, which is why like I'm using the stack deck, because it just made the most sense, in my opinion at least. Like right there, we had a critical counter. That was a huge damage number. And then basically we're just looking for one more enemy. We find a poor sniper just minding his own business, and we finish him off. So just like that, I'm pretty sure we finished this mission pretty quickly too. Yeah, in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So that was really fast. Just using the stack deck and basically just relying on overall damage to get the most bang for our buck. Now in build change improvements, nothing that I can think of. Obviously, if you have an actual melee, use that. Like you could probably use the Two-Face Persuader, since we're obviously using a Bane piece, but I don't even know if there's a Kolu cannon for the Persuader. And obviously if you don't want to use the tier 3 Death Rattle, if you don't have that, because I know you have to go back to Season 0 to get that, then I would just recommend running the Dr. Phosphorus Sniper or the Corrupted Dr. Phosphorus SMG, whatever your preference is. And then obviously Corrupted Steel Jacket. It's just we don't have it for Lawless. Anyways though, I hope you guys enjoyed this build. This is Pineapple Sway. Peace out.